I recognize a member from Hennepin, Representative Frazier.
Thank you. I'm already struggling. Thank you, Madam Speaker. And it's hard going after so many emotional speeches. And I wanted to make sure that I said something today, though, because I don't think you can do this work and not be touched and not be impacted by the individuals you do it with. Thank you. You know, I think about my journey. I was born in a county hospital in Chicago, much like HCMC. In fact, it is the hospital that the show ER is based off of. But my journey starts before that. My mother was born in the Delta, in Mississippi. And my grandparents were raised there. I visited there as a kid. And growing up, I remember, I was very young, but the first black mayor of Chicago was Mayor Harold Washington. And I've always been inspired by his story and the campaign he ran. And before Jesse Jackson talked about the Rainbow Coalition, that was Mayor Harold Washington's premise for his campaign. It was the rainbow, bringing together the Rainbow Coalition. For those who don't know, Chicago at that time was a very diverse city, but a very segregated city. And Harold said, you know, this is a big city and the pie is big enough for all of us. And this coalition, if it unites, we can provide for everyone. And I thought one day that I would grow up and I too could be the mayor of Chicago. But to create the type of hometown that I didn't see growing up. But I left and I came to Minnesota, to the University of Minnesota Morris. I'm gonna get it together at some point here and flow this. And when I came to Morris, obviously, culture shock from where I was, right? I went from a place where 99% of the people looked like me, similar lived experiences, to a place where that was totally flipped. But that small town of Morris and the surrounding towns, because those that live in Morris, have been to Morris, you know there's not a whole lot of amenities. So I would drive to Alexandria, I would drive to Wilmer, Fergus Falls, St. Cloud. These are the places that we went, or up to the metro. Not a small town, I know. But I would visit all these small towns, and because my classmates were from these small towns. And in many ways, I was reminded of those small towns that my grandparents grew up in the Delta. People who wanted the same things. They wanted good jobs, they wanted good education for their kids, they wanted dignity, they wanted to be treated with respect. They just wanted to be given opportunities to make it. And I have never forgotten those experiences, the friendships I made. Everything you see today is because of those experiences. The way I interact with people, the things I care about, it's because of those lived experiences, not just from the South Side, but the time I spent here in Minnesota. Minnesota has given me so much in almost the 30 years I've been here. And I've never taken it for granted. I've always appreciated and respected what it's meant to serve, why it's important You know, and losing Melissa. Reminded me that you can't take it for granted. You have to appreciate every single moment. And I tell you, I am falling apart because it has not really hit me until now. Because I've always been taught also by my mother that focus on what's in front of you, get the job done, and then you can enjoy it. So this session, I've been working hard, keeping my head down, doing the work of the people. But none of it happens without the work, without the help. Not just my colleagues on this side of the aisle, but also my colleagues on that side of the aisle. We bargained in what we did with the budget that we did this year. We didn't have to do it, but we did it because it was needed, because it was important. And we came together and we showed not just the state, but the country, how we stand together as Minnesotans. And I will never forget that. And, you know, Keeler said they're not our, well, Keeler's gone now. Oh, Keeler's right there, all right. Corona class, we came in through tough times. And that's on both sides of the aisle again. We came in tough times. We came in through the fire. And I do believe we're different because of that. And I do believe we will forever have a bond because of that. Republicans and Democrats, because of things that we've been through. But what I will never take for granted, what I always appreciated, that's when times got tough, we did things together for the betterment of Minnesota. And to all the staff here, I'm not gonna name names because I will forget somebody. As I look around and I look at the faces, to all of you that made sure that your elected officials, as Chair Liebman said last night, you all don't make mistakes, we make mistakes. But because of the great work that you do and how smart you are, we don't make a lot of mistakes. And we couldn't do it without you. And to all the leaders that have believed in me and put me in positions to do good work, Zach, thank you. Melissa, thank you. People have to believe in you. They have to give you a chance. And that is what Minnesota has done for this poor kid from the south side of Chicago. And I will never forget it. And one of the main reasons I wanted to just say something today, other than I feel like I needed to thank everybody in here for the opportunity and the chance to meet, to get to know you all. For my daughters, Raya, Maya, and Kalinda, I want you to know that your dad stepped up when it was needed. And to my grandsons, Sky and Caius, you'll watch this one day. And I want you to be inspired, not just because your papa stepped up to do good work. I want you to know there's great people here to care. And you will find people that will step up for you, even when they don't know you, to make sure you have a better place and a better future. And before I totally just melt here, for everybody that is coming back here, we'll continue to do this work. Please remember, don't take 1 day, 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour for granted. And unlike me, try to live in those moments. Try to live in those moments. It's better to enjoy it that way. It's better to experience life that way. Thank you all again for giving this poor kid from the south side of Chicago a chance to grow into a legislator, a leader, and a public servant. I'll never forget it. You can always call me. Thank you.